retailers earn more money over this festive period than any other time of the year.
Yeah.
So that's obviously very important, integral part of this Christmas now.
I mean,
Maybe it
we're not-
wasn't this
yeah,
case 100 years ago, but it is now.
Yeah, we're
There
not
is
talking about
something wrong with the society. Even the religion they have connected to money.
Mm-hmm.
It's all money, money, money. And even Christ said, money is the root of
All evil. Yeah.
ਔਰ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਮਹਾਪੁਰਸ਼ ਨੇ ਇਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਹੀ ਆ
Yeah.
ਕਿ ਮਾਇਆ ਤੋਂ ਬਚੋ ਲੋੜ ਅਨੁਸਾਰ
Yeah.
you need it,
Yeah.
but to ਖਚਤ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਾ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ you are not born for money is born for you.
All right, that's right. Now, I agree with that, and I understand why, I do understand why Asians living in the UK or America or any Western culture that's predominantly Christian would celebrate Christmas. It is one of those holidays that's just really, exciting. However, do non-Christian Asians that live in India, do they celebrate Christmas at all? In the Punjab? I mean,
Yes,
are
I
we
was
there?
last I was in Punjab in Jalandhar, and not on Christmas. But a lot of people have enthusiasm towards Christmas. To many people, it's just a holiday. ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਿ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ there are not many people religious on this earth. So-called religious are majority.
Right.
Non-religious are little less.
Well, there's majority of people celebrating any religious holiday are doing it for superficial reasons, just because of the excitement, the food, the presents, whatever, whether it's Eid, Diwali, or Christmas. Now, Aftar, you said that, you go to church and you'll sing in church and with Ramesh.
Yeah.
Would you also visit a mosque, or are you just making that exception for Christmas?
No, I do go to mosque as well. I visited many mosques myself.
Well, that's
and
refreshing to hear.
I also respect, because Khuda is only one. God is only one. And that's everywhere. Where there is nothing, there is God. So ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਸਭ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਹੈ. ਜੇ ਅਗਰ ਕੋਈ ਕਹੇ ਕਿ ਲੰਡਨ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਣ ਦਾ M1 ਰਸਤਾ ਆ, ਉਹ ਡਰ ਵੀ ਤੋਂ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਤਾਂ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ. ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਪਲਿਮਥ ਤੋਂ, ਉਹ ਜੇ ਕਹੇ ਕਿ ਜੀ ਵੀ M1 ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਤਾਂ ਗਲਤ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਨਾ. ਸਾਰੇ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਦਰਿਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ, they are running to the sea. But every river has its own way.
That's
And they are rushing to there. And every religion has the same point, gathering point, and they are running to there. It depends where they are.
I agree with that, and that's a very good message. And I know that, all religions are rooted with the same message. But what's quite interesting about Christmas, as opposed to any other holidays, is that all the religions get involved. You'll have Muslims celebrating it, you'll have Sikhs celebrating it, you'll have Hindus celebrating it. But when it's Diwali or when it's Eid or any other holiday, Diwali is predominantly celebrated just by Hindus and Sikhs, and Eid just by Muslims.
For the simple reason, because Christianity has gone all over the world with English people.
Okay.
And English people have ruled more or less 3/4 of the world. Wherever they went, so they left their
They spread
stamp.
cheer.
See, one thing we're forgetting, right? We keep coming back to the point that everybody in almost everybody, every religion, celebrate Christmas, right? We're actually forgetting the fact that we actually live in a country which was almost 90% was Christian, and we've actually sort of we are the foreigners. We adapted their kind of way, and so we've actually adopted.
Oh, that's actually a very interesting point, and I do want to pick up on that in 1 second. You're watching Broken Silence. We'll be back after this short break. Hi, Hi, welcome back to Broken Silence. I'm Sanyya Gardez. Today we're talking about the real reason, the real true meaning behind Christmas. Joining me on the panel is Ramesh Alexander and our very own Father Christmas, Avtar Singh Dole. Thank you for joining us. Ramesh, you actually had a very interesting point before we went to break. You're saying that we're living in this multicultural society. We're living in a country that was, predominantly Christian, and this is why all religions living in the UK, whether you're Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, gravitate towards Christmas.
Yes.
And we all go out and celebrate this. Why don't we do the same for Easter?
The reason is a lot of how this is established is because of the multinational companies who've actually dominated the TV channels advertising.
Right.
Right. And what's happened is over the years we Asians who are non-Christians have picked up on that. And we look at some of the halal turkeys, and we go and buy those turkeys, and we celebrate Christmas. I think we Asian people celebrate Christmas more than probably the English people.
Well, Asian people, for the most part, really don't need an excuse to party.
I know.
We always think it's
I don't think they really care, right? Like after I said, it isn't actually the Europeans who actually took Christianity to India. It was Saint Thomas who actually took Christianity in the 1st century to South India. So actually. In the 14th or the 13th century, it came to the Europeans.
Right. Okay.
So Christianity was introduced in India many centuries prior to that.
I understand that, but then why just Christmas? Why do we isolate ourselves to just celebrating Christmas? Why aren't we celebrating Lent? And why aren't we celebrating Easter?
I think it goes back to the same thing over and over again.
It's a fun holiday. Is that it?
It is fun holiday. A lot of people associated with presents. A lot of people associated with a long break that they've got, and the kids are off. And it's a cold season, but it does bring families together. But there are a lot of arguments in the family over this festive season than any other time at all.
Well, my husband and I were talking earlier today, and we were talking about Christmas and why do we celebrate Christmas? Because I never celebrated it back home. Like I said, we never had a tree, but my mom would make biryani and all the family would get together. And he said the reason that his family started celebrating and the reason he celebrates it now is that when he was at school, going back to school after Christmas holidays, people would ask you, what did you get for Christmas? And if you said nothing, you felt really, you're really embarrassed and completely like you didn't fit in. And because it was already hard to be Asian in a predominantly white school, you started picking up customs.
Well, this is what I said. We actually live in a Christian country. I think in the early 60s and early 50s and the mid 50s when we actually migrated to Britain, right? We actually wanted to fit into the British society, and
that's one way to do it.
One way to do it is to actually celebrate, put a Christmas tree in the window, so we actually felt a part of this society.
I have a question for Mr. Avtar Singh. I know you're quite young, probably no more than 30 or 40. But
well, I can actually.
How was Christmas celebrated when you first moved here?
Sonny, I can rectify that. Avtar and me was at a petrol station not so long ago, right? He said to me, go out and fill the car. So I went and filled the car, and he went to pay. Right.
Yeah.
And as soon as he came out of the chaos, he was huffing and puffing, and he came out and he said to me, "Get out of the car." I said, "What's the matter with you?" You know what that lady said in the petrol station attendant? She said, "Was you my son?"
Oh my God! Well, it's because you look like Father Christmas, and that's why that was said.
Well, he's not very older than me.
No, well, like I said, I mean, you probably know not much older than myself. But the question is, how long have you been living in England?
I've been living in England since 1967.
What have you seen? How has it changed from 1967, the way it was celebrated then, to the way it's being celebrated now? Have we just gone over the top?
No, I think in the olden days, the Christmas meaning was really looking forward to Christmas. Nowadays, it's nothing of that sort.
Yeah, but why were we really looking forward to Christmas back then? Was it just because we wanted to get together with the family for that reason?
That's right. Nowadays, it's more